let's start our discussion and review of all information that we received last week about hydrogen. So the very interesting news that we received was about new electrolyzers developing in Germany, and in the city Lingen. So on the first glance, I decided that Linde developed this project because it's very similar to the transcription of this company, but no, it's the city of Germany, Lingen, and the company is developing this project is Jet H2 Trans High-D. It's a joint project between 9 participants. They joined their efforts into this project and decided to develop not PM electrolyzers, but solid oxide electrolyzers. It's high temperature, not low temperature like PM. So it will take more energy and preliminary preparation, but and this is maybe a revolution in the hydrogen business activity, because finally they received the efficiency of these electrolyzers about 34 kilowatt per 1 kilo of manufacturing hydrogen. So if we are comparing with regular PM electrolyzers, we can see the consumption of electricity on about 55 kilowatt per kilo. So, and here is 34. So on 21 kilowatt less than on regular PM electrolyzers. What does it mean? It means that we could receive finally the costs for production of even liquid hydrogen equal to today production costs of regular gaseous hydrogen. So and it will achieve good efficiency, good results. We will see what kind of operations it will take for exploring organizations, but the main part of the costs of hydrogen, maybe 99%, not capexes, but the price of electricity. And in case of decreasing so dramatically the consumption of electricity on the first, maybe more difficult in part of electrical consumption, part of production of hydrogen. So we will receive very good results in general, and we look at that project with a lot of hopes. And if the results will be so successful, and we finally receive 34 kilowatt per 1 kilo of hydrogen, so it will be so good that we can applaud and kiss these guys every day for development of such technology indeed. So the second news that I want to present you and discuss a little bit, it's the decision of Kazakhstan Railway Company, Timir Joly, to develop hydrogen locomotives, main and shunting locomotives, I hope. So they signed agreement with Westinghouse Air Brake Technologies Corporation, WABTEC, And it is framework agreement. Of course, it's not final agreement, but anyway, they want to develop together with Americans these kind of locomotives for using in Kazakhstan for different kinds of applications. I mean, on railway activities. So the news is interesting that previously Kazakhstan worked very closely with Russian railway equipment producers like Transmash Holding or Sinara, but now they decided to look on the United States and to develop together with them very new advanced technologies that I believe that Westinghouse also didn't develop very efficiently yet, but and the third news will be very close to that one or linked to that one. We see that a subsidiary of Westinghouse will be participant of this project. Westinghouse, you know, it's one of the eldest and one of the biggest designer and EPC contractor of nuclear power plants in the world, in the United States, of course, and in other countries like Switzerland, for example, Japan. And you know that Japanese acquired Westinghouse also for them. Now, Japanese are main shareholders of Westinghouse nuclear part, and it means that we could see in nearest future implementation of hydrogen business to nuclear business, because nuclear power stations started to manufacture hydrogen many years ago as a part of their technological process for cooling of pumps on nuclear power stations, for some chillers where they use chillers on cooling of water. So hydrogen is very critical for nuclear production, nuclear energy production, and simultaneously, all nuclear power stations could become hubs for consumption of outstanding customers like railways, like buses, trucks, and so on. And this cooperation with Westinghouse, Kazakh Railway Company, is very interesting in this area too. But talking about only railway equipment, we can see that all over the world, I mean, so in industrial countries or post-industrial countries, mostly, railway hydrogen equipment are appearing. There are some concerns, of course. We heard a few months ago the claim of some guys in Germany that they don't want to develop hydrogen locomotives, but as we understood after that, it was some misunderstanding. And no one wants to close railway hydrogen activity if they already started, or they continue development of this activity. The company is Sizewell C, and they decided to support 150 buses for nuclear power stations. So in Great Britain, so they will be used for transportation of the stuff within nuclear power stations territory, and it's very linked to that news that we discussed before. So also nuclear power stations and companies that are managing nuclear power stations are jumping into the hydrogen transportation business because they already have so-called pink, maybe because it's using nuclear energy. It's not green, but anyway, it's ecological clean technology. So, and we can be sure that there is no any CO2 pollution within the production of this hydrogen. But so based not on renewable but nuclear technologies, but they already have this hydrogen, and they want to develop on this hydrogen some other activities, including railway equipment and buses, hydrogen buses. So, and probably the final news that I want to discuss today, it's catalyst manufacturing of hydrogen. It's not electrolysis, but it's also manufacturing directly from water. It's some kind of chemical or fission chemical reaction based on catalyst using and processing of water within this catalyst reaction. So guys from Hong Kong, Professor Zhang Hua and Professor Herman Hu Chia, they developed the pilot reactor for so-called this catalytic water splitting. So it's look like cracking of oil within the hydrocracking process on refineries. Probably it will be the same when you supply water in some reactor. Maybe you heat this water, maybe you pressurize this water, but anyway, the main idea to use special catalyst that will provide cutting of molecules of water and splitting it on molecules of hydrogen and molecules of oxygen. It will not be electrolyzers when you use electricity, but probably we will see. We don't know any figures now, but probably it could be cheaper than using of electrolyzers, and it's also the way for decreasing of hydrogen manufacturing. I believe that within several years we will face with a lot of new technologies that will provide decreasing of hydrogen manufacturing, and it's very good because it will give all skeptical some improvements that to use hydrogen will be not more expensive than to use diesel, for example, or to use liquid natural gas as a fuel for their transport activity. So, guys, let's look forward with hope and to catch all new ideas in hydrogen business that will help us to develop own businesses in hydrogen mobility and other hydrogen applications. Thank you very much. See you next week.